to What's Right with the World with your host, Glenn Ambrose.
Hey everyone, welcome to What's Right with the World. And I'm going right over to Ben for our story today.
Hey Glenn, so today we have, what is breaking news. It'll be 24 hours old by the time you hear this, but the Thai cave rescue situation. As of this morning, all 12 soccer players and their coach have been rescued from the cave.
Amazing.
Which is fantastic news. The Thai Navy SEALs ended up being the ones who rescued them, and currently one of the doctors and 3 Navy SEALs are still in the cave, but they are expected to come out. Hopefully, well, just like the boys who were in there for 2 weeks.
That's amazing.
But are now safe.
I think it's a good example of how the world comes together and really can focus on the solution instead of the problem, and I think it tends to happen better or easier when there's kids involved, because the kids, with the kids there's less blame and less judgment, and everybody kind of comes together and just says, okay, there's kids in trouble. What do we need to do to help them? And, that's the primary goal. So everybody just completely focuses right on the solution. And of course, putting all the heads together, they came up with one.
Definitely.
And one that worked.
And I was looking for, a list of, the countries and stuff that helped out with the mission. And I could not find one. But I did have a bunch of countries and people listed help. Most notably, Elon Musk sent engineers and equipment from SpaceX to try to help. They did not. The Navy SEALs were very appreciative, and the technology was fantastic, but it was not necessary for the plan that they had devised. But just really goes to show how many people were focusing on this and trying to help and trying to get these kids to safety.
Right. Yeah. It brings the whole world together, and the whole world comes together to focus on the solution. And, and then we find one. Amazing.
Right.
So this is why, this is why we're doing this show. It's because, not only to show what is going on that's right in the world, but if you look a little deeper at it, you can understand why. People weren't caught up on why the kids were there. They were caught up in solving the problem and going, what do we need to do to get them out? And the whole world came together to help that. And because of that, we found a solution. And when we're in solution-based thinking and everybody comes together and tries to solve the problem, this is what happens. This is what we need to do more of, and less really all the problems in the world, we want the same solution.
Right.
Like everybody wants peace in the world, but yet we cannot have it. Why is that? Because everybody's focused on the problems and they're not looking at the solutions. This is so if you all want the same thing, you can actually have it. And this is a good example of that. Everybody wanted those boys out, so they found the solution that would work. And for them to be in there for 2 weeks with the whole world coming together, this is a pretty complicated issue. That there was not an easy solution to this. I'm sure people were staying up 24/7 to try to figure out the solution to this problem, and to just thinking around the clock and and putting their heads together, and they did it.
Yeah,
They did it.
they did.
And they did it in a time squeeze when they needed to. And, thankfully those kids, the families, all the friends, everybody in that area, a lot of people all around the world watching this have seen a great example of what happens when the world comes together to solve a common problem,
Yeah, there's almost no better example of what's right with the world.
I know, and it seems like we can say that on every story.
Yeah. Yep.
But it's true. This is what's right with the world. It's a wonderful story for obviously the families involved directly, but it's a wonderful story for the world coming together. And, anybody that's a parent, and you don't even need to be a parent, you can just kind of go, okay, this was a big deal.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You have 12 kids and a coach stuck somewhere, and, they were going to die if the whole world didn't come together to solve this problem. So they did.
Yeah. So, yeah. And, there's obviously, I'm sure that more stories about this are going to come out, as things like this always do. And, we'll, any follow up on this, we'll definitely take care of. And, if you have any stories that you think would be great for what's right with the world, or that you, just want to share that positivity, go on our Facebook page, The Great Love Project, use the hashtag What's Right with the World, talk about it, share it with us. We'll be glad to share it and talk about it. And, as always, just things that you love, using the hashtag The Great Love Project, just to spread some of this positivity. Glenn, I hope you're doing well in Florida, man. This is our first podcast.
Yes.
1,400 miles away from each other.
Yeah. Yeah. And there's a lot going on, but it's all getting settled. Everything's going great. Like I said, there is a lot of work that I've needed to do, and a lot more work that I still need to do to get everything settled, but everything's going really well.
That's awesome. Awesome. Yeah, well, I can't wait.
Being settled in and really enjoying the Florida weather.
Definitely. And I can't wait to talk to you again next week. And, congratulations on the move. And I'm glad that everything's going well. And, rest for a minute, man. You look tired.
I am a little tired. Yeah. I was getting a bunch of rest. I just woke up shortly before we did this. So
good. Well, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm trying to get as much rest as possible, but there is a lot going on.
Yeah.
So, but it's all good. All good stuff.
Awesome, man.
So thanks for listening, everybody, and we will talk at you soon.
Glenn is available for life coaching sessions, in person or via phone and Skype. To book an appointment or for more information, go to glennambrose.com, follow him on Facebook and Twitter, or click the link in the description of this episode.